and we are working on measurement and comparing sizes and everything else. So I want to talk about, we're going to do a problem together. Jordan has 3 stuffed animals: a giraffe, a bear, and a monkey. The giraffe is taller than the monkey. Okay, so Max, I need to pay attention. So let's see. He's got a giraffe, a bear, and a monkey. And then I'm going to use my big, beautiful brain to figure out how to solve this after I finish reading it, okay? Okay. The giraffe is taller than the monkey. The bear is shorter than the monkey. We're going to sketch the animals from tallest to shortest to see how tall each animal is. Okay, so right there it says the giraffe is taller than the monkey and the bear is shorter than the monkey. So, giraffe. I also have straws up in Kennison-Squatrito. I have the big straws up in the cupboard over there. She did, and then she gave them back to me. So let's see. The giraffe is taller than the monkey. It's the monkey's tail. And then it says the bear is shorter than the monkey. Kara said this is not the time to be a perfectionist, man. Oh. Okay, there's 6. How many more do we need? 7. There's the bear. Sorry, that is shorter than the monkey. Okay, so see how I took them in order from, like we read how it was done, and then we put them in order from tallest to shortest. Okay?
Miss Kennison, I can't hear you.
I muted it. Sorry, sweetie.
It's okay.
I was talking. Mrs. McCarthy came in, and so you're fine. Okay, so we are talking. We're going to continue. It wanted me to use string, but I don't like the string. The string doesn't work very well for me. The book wants me to use the string.
What? Honey, it's
Okay. Okay, this is a ruler, and it is 12 inches. It's called a foot. Okay? It's called a foot. Okay? I have 12 inches and it is in a foot. Okay? In my ruler. Okay, and then I'm going to look around and see if I can find items that are longer than my foot or shorter than my foot. Oh, you know what's funny? What's funny? Actually, they didn't want me to use a rail. They wanted me to use my foot. And I misread that when I was looking over these. So they want me to say, I'm looking for something that's longer than my foot or shorter than my foot. I know, isn't that pretty silly?
Why did they want you to use a foot?
Well, and so look, I could cut something like a string the same size as my foot. That would make it a little bit easier. Or I could take my shoe around, right? Although that's kind of yucky, right? And so then I could compare. I could say, okay, my foot is bigger than or larger than my eraser or my marker, right? Foot is larger than my marker. I could say my foot, let's see, is it close to the same length? I thought maybe, I've got to take off my shoe. Oh, I took off my sock too. Oh, my book is still smaller than my foot. Okay, right, and so, if I cut a string, and this is where, I guess, that would make it a lot easier to try to compare sizes to my foot. Right.
I cannot string. Why are you going?
So, Jimmy, please be quiet. Okay, so now I've got my, so we were having kind of a hard time finding things that are the same size as my foot. Miss Hayden, I just cut this string the same length as my foot. Okay. And so this can make my life a little bit easier, Miss Hayden, in terms of like comparing things. Right, Anaya? So I could take it and be like, okay, the marker is shorter than my foot. The letter and sound cards are longer than my foot. Right? My blocks right here are shorter than my foot. But let's see, I might be able to add a few more blocks and then have it the same length as my foot. Almost. I need one more block and then it'll be the same length.
Maybe 0 more blocks.
The same length as my foot. Okay. So I could sit there and go around and use this and compare things. Okay. I could say, oh, the paper is longer than my foot, right? My paper clip is shorter than my foot. Okay. And so we're going to compare, right? And if I know that something is shorter than my or longer than my foot, then it's going to be easier to say also, I know that this paper is longer than my foot, and Naya, please pay attention. It's also probably going to be longer than my marker, right? Okay. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to, and this is kind of hard in COVID. I want you guys to look at your foot and see if you can look at and imagine things around the room that are longer or shorter than your foot. Okay. So Jimmy, you don't get to run around the classroom. That's how I do it if we weren't doing COVID, but you don't get to run around the classroom. Just look and see if you can see things that are going to be longer or shorter than your Jimmy, what did I say? So look around, look without running over and touching it. Look and see if you can find something that's longer or shorter, or something that you think might be the same size. Get on to Zerna. Okay. Jimmy, what did I say? You need to go back to your seat. Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth did a really good thing. She compared her hands to her foot. She knows her hand is going to be shorter than her foot. Okay, what do you think, Miss Hayden?
So what I did was put this against my foot.
Okay, so you said your binder it's shorter than your foot, or I mean, it's longer than your foot, right? Okay. Thank you for raising your hand and not shouting out Max. Okay, your backpack is longer than your foot. Ellie? What, Ellie? The tissue box is longer than your foot? Marietta, whoa.
My sanitizer, a bottle.
Don't get to go to 11. Your sanitizer bottle is shorter than your foot? All right.
Oh, I know one.
What?
That one's longer than my foot.
What's longer than your foot? The trash can? Okay.
And my
Anaya. You think my foot is longer than your foot? Like my foot string is longer than your foot? Or okay, let that we can compare. That's an easy enough comparison. Stick your foot out. Let's see. Sit down. Now we can stick your foot out. Okay, let's see. Actually, I think our feet are about the same size.
What?
Yeah. I mean, like, so this is pointed, obviously.
Miss, I think.
So yeah, our feet are about the same size. Like I said, your foot is actually equal to my string. But the big roll of string, yeah, would be longer than your foot. Yep. Jimmy, please stop shouting at me. Look at every other kid. Every other kid. What are they doing that you are not doing? They're raising their hands. Do you think that they appreciate that you're just constantly shouting out? I don't think so. I don't think that that they appreciate you shouting out. Jimmy, if you just raise your hand, I'd call on you after I called on other people. Miranda. Okay, your gloves. Elizabeth.
My water bottle is
Longer than your foot. Good. Max. The fan is longer than your foot. Very good. A little heater. Okay. I don't know why y'all put your papers over here yesterday. I thought that was kind of funny. I didn't tell you I needed to put your papers back over here. But Jimmy, because every time I looked over there, I didn't see your hand raised. When I asked you to raise your hand, you know what you did? You did this. You just laid on the table. Can you raise your hand and then I will, what, Jimmy? You think my foot's longer than your foot? Take your foot up.
Let's see. Let's see. It is.
Maybe just barely. What?
Your foot is longer than my foot. Wait, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
You need to put my foot under. Well, these shoes add a little point to it, but.
Your foot is longer than my foot. No,
I think my foot's
that's
longer.
not fair because we are using, we have a stitch higher shoe.
Oh, yeah, and that's probably true too, the way that your shoe, well, the way that my shoe is designed also makes my foot a little longer too. So anyway, it's not a perfect comparison, and that's okay. One more little notebook thing. It has, if blank is longer than my foot, blank is shorter than my foot. So what that means, see, Miss Hayden, this is what we're doing. So if it says, so you'd find something that's longer, like if paper is longer than my foot, then marker is shorter than my foot, right? And then you can compare something else. If marker is longer than eraser, my foot is about the same length as Miss Kennison's, or as my foot is about the same length. Did I find something that my foot was about the same length as? Ooh, maybe this picture, the llama picture. Oh, hold on. My foot's about the same length as the llama picture. Okay. Okay. All right. So you kind of fill that out. Okay. And you also do problem set number 2.
What are we getting? What are we getting?
Hold on, please, Jimmy. Okay, let me see. It wants you to have a paper strip. Oh, 9-centimeter paper strip. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'll work. Close enough, because I had. There we go. I had printed out. Jimmy, please stop howling. Hayden. This little paper strip thing and your workbook is what you need. So you're going to take your paper strip, this, not the thing on your desk.
Are you ready?
Jimmy, this is your little paper strip. Okay? If you need to cut one of them off to do this, that would be okay. Don't cut all of them off. And then you compare it to the baseball bat. Is the baseball bat, but I want you to stop. So it wants you to have a 9, and I gave you, I think, a 10. Okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Count to 9, and that's what you're going to measure with. It is the 9. Here, Hayden, look at me. Do you have this paper? Anyway, you're going to count with the 9, okay? Does that make sense? And then you're going to say either the baseball bat is longer than the paper strip or it's the same length. The book is longer or shorter than the same length. The baseball bat is blank than the book. What baseball bat? Oh, I see. The baseball bat is what than the book? Oh, I see. Right here. So first you compare it to the paper strip. When you put that up there, is the baseball bat longer than the paper strip? Is it shorter than the paper strip? Okay, and that's why it might be easy to cut one of those out. Okay, and then next, the book is longer than the paper strip, shorter. And then you compare, eyes up here. And now I put that down and listen. Please, 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 so you can listen. Then you're going to compare the book to the bat. Do you think the book, and measure it with your paper strip. How long is the book? How long is the bat? And then you would say the baseball bat is either longer or shorter than the book. Okay. Next, you go to this one. The tube is longer or shorter than the cup. Use your little papers to help you see that. Okay. Then the iron is longer or shorter than the ironing board. I think you could probably do that without the paper. Hayden, please stop sticking that up in the camera. I can't see it because you're putting it way too close and it's very distracting. Okay, and then you're going to compare other ones. The baseball bat is longer or shorter than the cup. How many things was the baseball bat long? How many things is the cup? Is it longer or shorter? Okay. And then over here, we're going to practice with words. Doing some of that. Just like I did my picture over here. You'll have to read it first. Sammy is taller than Dion. Janelle is taller than Sammy. Dion must be taller or shorter than Janelle. Well, let's see. If Janelle is taller than Sammy, then Sammy is taller than Dion. Dion must be shorter than Janelle. And you could draw the pictures then. Janelle's the tallest, Sammy's the middle, Dion's the little one, the smallest one. Laura's necklace is longer than Meow's necklace. Laura's necklace is shorter than Sarah's necklace. Sarah's necklace is, well, let's see. And Laura's necklace is longer than Mihal's necklace, but it's shorter than Sarah's. Sarah's necklace must be, so Laura's necklace is longer than Mihal's, but it's shorter than Sarah's. Sarah's necklace must be longer than Mihal's. Okay, and then draw the pictures. All right, we will do our best on that. Good. So please come and get your problem sets if you put them up here. Also get a paper with your little markers on it, okay?
Miss Kennison.
Okay.
I was wondering what page it was.
It's the one that says Lesson 2 problem set at the top. So
Lesson 2.
This one.
Oh yeah, I'm at.
And then you need the little measuring paper also.
In the book, I did that one. In the book,
Okay.
the tunnel, I did that one.
Okay. All right, so we're going to keep working. Can I stop? Stop. I did a workbook in the desk yesterday. The measuring tape. Okay, you got one? Right, or you can cut it off and never just remember the You're not doing karate.
And that's so my pencil is the longest.
Okay.
You need to do what I told you to do. Count to 9 on your number strip.
Nine. And now one out. It's 9.
Okay, Jimmy. So that's the one that's what you're gonna use to measure. So you can get that 9 out and then measure with it. Miguel, do you want to measure with? That's fine. Okay. You need to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Now just getting scissors out.
He is doing what I've instructed him to do. You are not doing what I've instructed you to do because you are not listening. Good. Good. So keep that because we're going to need the measuring things for more. Keep them. What? You got an extra one? Put it up front.